What's up, y'all? This your girl CoCa, and we are back with another episode of A Cup with CoCa. Yes, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is our third episode. I'm so excited. And if you didn't watch the last episode, I'm gonna just let you know we got my girl Chef Chelle here for the layup. Okay? Yes. All right. So if you haven't already, please make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while we at it, let people know where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at chef_Chelle, Facebook at Create Catering LLC, also Shakelia Nachelle Stubbs, and you can also find me on A Sip with CoCa.
Yes. And so in case you didn't get that, everything else will be below in the description box. So if you need to find either of us, you just go ahead, scroll down, and we'll be right there. Okay. Yes. So this is A Cup with CoCa, and you already know that we gotta get our little shot in. Okay, because what's A Cup with CoCa without A Cup with CoCa? You feel me? All right, honey. So up to it, down to it, baby.
Smooth.
Yes, honey. And like I tell y'all, this Adictivo Tequila is the best. And so today, it's Cinco de Mayo. Hello. Hey. Yes, honey. So I'm going to go ahead and shake us up a little drink. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got no name for it right now. So by the time y'all get this, it'll be in the description somewhere, all right? But, so, we got this Adictivo Tequila, right? And I know y'all have seen Facebook, Instagram, all social media craving over these beatbox, okay? So I actually tried the pink lemonade last night, and it was really good. And it is 11.1% alcohol in here, okay? So we mixing this with some tequila, and we got a little strawberry daiquiri syrup. We got some lemons, and we got some strawberries, okay? So, like I tell y'all, I'm more like, okay, hey, we just gonna eyeball this, but I'll put the actual recipe in the comments. And just to let y'all know, everything here has been pre-washed, okay?
Yes, including the chicken.
Yeah, right. Please. So it's like, ooh, they didn't wash this up. Yes, we did. Don't come for us, okay? Right. All right, so I'm gonna start. I love this little top, and I always save this for last. Like, if you try to drink my shot out of here, I'm gonna come for your head, because this is like, this is the last piece of liquid gold. Right. It's the last thing left, okay? So don't touch my top. All right, so we are going to add some tequila, and I'm making enough for both of us, so it might be a little strong. So hopefully, you know, the strawberry daiquiri will level it out. And I got this pink lemonade beatbox, and so the reason why I use the pink lemonade is because I love tequila with like citrus. Yeah, anything. I mean, lemon, orange, pineapple. That's why Sprite goes so well. Like, that with Sprite is so freaking good. Like, it's a drink like just by itself, okay?
I used to come home sometimes, and when I needed a little wind down drink, at the time I liked the Avion. I would drink that, and Tropicana has this pineapple mango juice or whatever. That ice and tequila. Perfect nightcap, day cap, brunch.
Yeah. So we gonna mix this up over here.
Not my girl, a nurse and a mixologist.
Look, you know what I'm saying. And we gonna get a little lemon up in here. I don't even know if I cut this right, Chef Chelle.
It's cut.
Right, it's cut. So other words, I would have cut it a different way. But so I'm just gonna squeeze like a half a lemon in here, because I already know that's gonna give it that little kick. Yeah, that I like with the tequila. I'm gonna put this over here. All right, so shake, and I'm gonna pour this over our ice. Okay, because honey, I'm clearly making a mess. If I do it again, I'm just gonna take the top off, honey, because I ain't got time. It ain't no ice in here anyway. Yes.
And it's so pretty.
It is. I love it. Yes. And baby, this gonna get us tipsy on Cinco de Mayo, okay? Right. I'm trying to tell you, we're gonna be in here. Oh yeah, girl. Right. Yes. And because this is probably a little bit strong, I'm just gonna add a little bit of this just for the color, okay?
Yes. I love it.
A little bit for the color. Well, a little bit for the taste, a lot of it for the color, okay?
Very much so.
And I am going to slice some of these strawberries.
You gotta add the fresh berries.
Yes.
It's springtime. We outside.
Outside. Well,
I get outside to go in my car to go to work.
yeah, because I ain't outside, baby. I'm in the house. Most definitely in the house. I'm going to slice these a little bit at the top for a little garnish because I love me a strawberry on the side. Yes. Okay, and then I got the other half of my lemon. Chef Chelle probably like, girl, you are making me cringe with this cutting.
No, I love it. You trying, you doing, like,
yes. Yes. Honey, because look, I just do it, okay?
No pressure. The objective is to just drink it anyway.
That's
so
it, honey.
It could be pretty.
I don't do all this. I put my drink in my cup and I go on about my business, okay?
Right. As you should.
Please. We don't want no seed. I thought I got all the seeds out of here.
It's okay.
You know,
remember how I told you to cut it last time?
Cut at the bias?
No, not the bias.
Oh.
You take like your fruit if you want to not use the seeds. You cut just almost like in thirds. You cut the outside and you can like quarter it, do whatever, and the seeds will still remain intact in the middle.
See, and so if you didn't catch that, make sure you go and watch episode 1 with it's episode 2 of A Cup with Coco, but it's Chef Chelle's first episode. Okay, so we are going to taste this. This is so pretty, y'all.
So pretty.
Cheers. Let's see. How you like it? Yeah.
Yeah. That's that.
And this one gonna get you here. Because like I said, this is 11% alcohol. And this just tequila, period. So you already know that tequila can get you
Right.
Yes.
Matter of fact, you know, this is all we need for Cinco de Mayo. Y'all don't need no meal.
No.
Y'all don't need these enchiladas, chicken, and verde. And see, I'm already slurring a little.
Girl, look, so speaking of which, what are we cooking today?
Today, we are going to make some chicken enchiladas. I'm going to make a homemade salsa verde.
Oh my God.
Walk it all step by step with it. And I'm going to hit it with some queso, some fresh garnish, and some good old Spanish rice with some sofrito.
Ooh, girl, yes. And see, like, I was like, no, girl, don't tell me what we're making. Because girl, yes, I want to get my stomach ready, like, on the spot. Yes, honey.
Yeah, because I was a little torn. I'm not a fan of corn tortillas unless it's a crunchy taco. But for the integrity of the enchiladas and what I plan to do with it, we're gonna have these corn tortillas. I got some rice. I'm gonna start from the base, and we just gonna have some good eating.
Oh yes, honey. So we already got this chicken going over here, right?
Yes.
So what did you put in the chicken?
So with the chicken, I got some boneless, skinless chicken breast, and I just put some water, of course. I put some fresh cilantro, some sazon. What y'all know about sazon?
Girl,
some sazon.
Put a white boy on sazon. All right, turn G easy out. Hey.
Smell it.
I wish
like
I
little
could
Mexico.
smell it. I really wish I could
like
smell
little Mexico.
it.
So I'm gonna take me a little more sip.
Cause y'all, we done took that shot, and now we got this drink. Like, we gonna be up here loose as a goose. Loose as a goose. Also today, I really wanted to talk about like saving money and like how we, what ways do you save money? Or first of all, are you good at saving money?
That is a great question. So, yes and no.
Right.
So, I'm one of them people, I can go through a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I can hang on to $5.57 for the next 2.5 weeks.
I'm trying to tell you, make it stretch, baby.
Yes. But as I've gotten older, and I attribute this to my parents, actually, more likely, mostly my dad, saving money, just even if it's just 25 here, 25 there, definitely having multiple, I recommend having multiple accounts, not so many accounts that you have more accounts than you have money.
Because that just,
that defeats the purpose.
Definitely.
But put it somewhere and don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it, and just live honestly. And I live below my means. So as far as saving, I'm pretty good at saving. I would definitely like to be better because I'm one of them people, like, as soon as I save and get a nice little chunk, boom, something happened, or boom, baby needs something,
right?
So I definitely would like to get better into saving. So definitely whatever gems you got, hit your girl with them.
Yeah, most definitely. So yes, honey, yes, because I'm like you. I can save money, but I can spend it too. Because you know they say the more money you make, the more money you spend. So yes.
Now I will spend money, but I won't waste money. There's a different, and I realize that I won't waste money, but I'll spend money. However, this is good. You know, last episode we talk about don't chase it unless it's running. I'm gonna run after this.
Yes, okay. Yes, honey, I'm trying to tell you, Cinco de Mayo, you better go get you something. So I hope that you watching this on time, because you got to go get you. And this tequila, I'm not talking about 1800. I'm not talking about Patron. This tequila right here, and this beatbox. So beatbox, hey, your girl is here. I got you. You feel me? Yeah. Okay. And I also got the peach punch. I haven't tried that one yet, but I'm so excited. And I also got the fruit punch. So I'm follow up. You know, go ahead, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you follow us at the bottom so I can let y'all know how this tastes. All right.
Speaking of letting them know, so we're gonna go ahead and get started on this tomatillo salsa. Tomatillos, you see them, they look like little green tomatoes, and they usually have husks on them. They're in the tomato family, but not the same genus, you know, for y'all scientific people.
Right.
So these actually have to be cooked prior to eating them. But my tomatillo salsa is I'm gonna roast these in my skillet. I have some serrano peppers for a little heat, because you gotta have a little heat to cut that alcohol. And I have a Spanish onion, some fresh garlic, because we always gotta do the fresh stuff. So I'm gonna put all of that in a skillet, roast it, and get that going with a little oil and a little water. And once that gets to the consistency, I'm gonna blend that up, and we're gonna have our salsa.
Oh, we making the salsa. Yes. Oh my goodness. And so why can't you eat these raw?
It's just because of the type of I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. They just say you can't eat them raw. They cannot be consumed raw. Honestly, they cannot be consumed raw because of whatever is in here.
It got to be cooked. And so the cooking chemically changes whatever the compound is in there, and so then it makes it safe to digest.
Correct.
Okay. Baby, I just look like this, okay?
Right, because and honestly, that's essentially what it is. It doesn't agree with our digestive tract in its raw state. So it's not a green tomato.
Because I would have been put in some batter and fried it like a green tomato, okay?
Yes. So you do have to apply some heat to these. So what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to just roast these in the skillet with some serrano, some fresh garlic, and some Spanish onion. And when I get ready to blend it up, we'll go there.
Okay. So, all right. So yes, honey. So just to get back on like saving money. So y'all make sure that you go and you check out Money Making Mondays and Financial Fridays. I typically do Financial Fridays on Facebook, but I am really trying to get it onto the community tab on YouTube. So make sure y'all look out for that. And this drink is kicking in because I'm like, ooh, woozy, hey, woozy. Like I'm feeling myself right now. But
anyway, you should. Yeah, and you look good.
Thank you. You too, girl. Because I'm not gonna lie, I really love like the baggy clothes look. Like that's me. Like, I mean, I can't help my thighs. They big. If I bought my clothes too big, then they literally be like falling off of me. But for the sake of getting back to saving money, all right? Because I will talk about clothes all day. That's really where like my extra money go. So like I just finished with finals. And like one of my final papers, I was just like so just distraught about trying to edit my paper because I'm really like an overachiever. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy me some shoes after this, you know what I'm saying? And I bought some like $120 shoes. There was some ones, but then I also went and bought my like birthday outfits, but I tried to make sure that I have put my money in my savings. I put all my money where it needs to go first. Exactly. And then I'm like, okay, like now I got this much money to spend. And then I get paid on a weekly basis. So I try to make sure that my checkings account don't go below like a certain amount. And so that's like, okay, this is my budget. Like as soon as my check hit, I pay all of my bills. And then I'm like, okay, I give it a couple of days for everything to come out. And then I'm like, this is how much I have to spend, right? But also on the flip side, I have a couple of accounts, and I have a couple of different ways to save.
Right.
And so why I wanted to talk about this today is because if you go back and you watch the very first episode of the Black Business Bureau, Each One Teach One, I talk about how our spending power is $1.4 trillion.
What?
Black people, black community, African American community. However, the catch-22 is our net worth is like in the negatives. And so your net worth, that means that these are your assets. This is the money that you have in the bank. Like, this is how much you are worth. This is how much money you actually have. So for us to be in the negatives, that means we got a lot of debt, right?
Right.
So that means we're buying houses that we don't really have that much equity on. That means that we are buying cars, we are buying clothes, we are buying a bunch of BS plane tickets, all this stuff. So we typically live for the experience, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because when you don't really come from a lot, like, and then you start getting that money, you're like, I'm living for the experiences.
Right.
But for me, I'm living for my child. Like, once I had a baby, like, she was my objective. She was the reason that I was living. Let me get this out of the way. So, and you can keep filming. So, I felt like everything that I was doing, I was touching so much money, I wasn't saving any. And I would try to save, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just like you, I'm like, dang. Like, one time I was in college, I had just started my savings account. And I was at Armstrong in Savannah, and the freaking pecans shattered my window.
Yeah.
Shattered my window. And so my deductible was actually more than how much it would cost to just go and get it fixed. Because I'm like, hey, I'm gonna weigh my options. So I just went ahead and paid to get it fixed. But I'm like, dang, I just put money in my savings account and now it's gone because I had to fix my window. So when you are trying to save money, just like Chef Chelle said, you need several accounts. So you need an emergency account, and that account is typically about 3 months worth of your bills. So if you have a car note, if you have insurance, if you have light bills, if you have electricity, you typically want to put 3 months in there. But for the sake of getting started, I say at least try to aim for 1 month in your emergency account.
Right.
And you want to do that emergency account first, right? Before you actually start putting money up for the long run.
Right.
So once you get that emergency account filled, and like you said, even if it's $10, $25, whatever you can contribute, like consistently, I say put it on auto draft, and I say get your emergency account set up with your main checkings account. Don't get like a debit or credit card, like any kind of card that you can actually take the money out with it, but get that one set up with there so you can actually just transfer it and it's just like that, right? But after you do that, you want to set up another account, maybe with a whole nother bank. And you don't want to have any access except for maybe like online. And this is where I like online accounts.
So question, I'm a big fan on credit unions. So how do you feel about like credit unions versus like I don't know what they're called, like mainstream banks, or how do you feel about that? Because I feel like when it comes to handling business eventually for like home loans, again, not business loans, I'm not a business loan individual, but home loans, car loans, savings, where you can get the most for your money. How do you feel about that? Like, are credit unions the way to go, or?
Yes, I would bank on a credit union, typically because they are like community based, and they're more so for the community. And that's really kind of what's going on with the economy right now. The major banks, they say, I don't know, but they say that it'll be like 5 or 6 major banks left in the end. Like these banks are, all the small banks are going to eat up all the money because people are going to feel that their money's not safe in the small banks. And so they're going to transfer their money to the big banks. And so that's why these other banks are going to end up going bankrupt, and they're eventually going to fade out. But until that happens, I say bank on your credit union, especially with like car loans and mortgages and stuff like that, because they really try to work with you. Like I say, they're community based. And so they'll typically the interest is lower. Because the big banks are like, hey, we big for a reason. We got big interest rates.
Right.
Okay. So I definitely bank on credit unions. I use Robbins Financial. I was with Robbins Financial since I was probably like 12.
Yeah.
Like my auntie.
With that My Money My Way. Yeah, I started with that. Yeah.
So I would definitely go with that. And that's my main checking account. So my deposits go into there. My main savings account is into there, but I also have a high yield savings account. So before I go into high yield savings account, I seen that you just took this chicken off of the stove. So what are we about to do with that?
So right now I took the chicken out. Again, this is some boneless, skinless chicken breast. I just seasoned it with a little kosher salt, some sazon, and some fresh cilantro, and I boiled it. So I'm gonna let it rest, and then I'm gonna shred it up because this is what's going inside of my enchiladas. And then again over here I have my tomatillos, my Spanish onion, my serrano peppers, and some fresh garlic going. I'm just gonna let that come to a little rolling boil. Once they soften, we're gonna blend that up, season it up, and get our salsa going. And then we're gonna start to put the components together. Next, what I'm actually about to do while the chicken is cooling, I'm about to rinse my rice because I don't want the starch. I want it to be nice and fluffy. I'm gonna make Spanish rice with a sofrito base.
And I just want y'all to note that this is like white rice. So she finna make Spanish rice like from scratch. She's not buying the, what is it, the Uncle Ben's.
Yeah.
This is white rice. She's about to make this from scratch.
Plain white rice. Plain white rice.
Yes, honey.
So I'm gonna let this chicken boil. I'm just gonna check on my tomatillos, and we're gonna get everything going.
Yes.
And actually, y'all, like I like to build on flavor. So the remnants, the juice that I boiled the chicken in,
put the rice in there.
I'm gonna use that. So I'm gonna strain it first to get all the impurities out, and then I'm gonna use that flavor base. And if I need some additional liquid, I do have some organic chicken stock, but hopefully I won't need it. So yeah,
this is why I love my girl. Okay, like I'm just saying, like, cause when I booked her, I knew we was gonna eat good, and I knew it was gonna be like some cooking, like not like, okay, we're gonna put this in the microwave for 90 seconds. Like, okay. But like I was saying, guys, you want to have several savings accounts. So like I said, make sure you go watch my Money Maker Mondays, because I talk about the different ways that you can save and actually get money back on the money that you're keeping in. So first things first, when we want to save money, we're not talking about like for a year, for 2 years, because especially with our generation, they call us the popcorn generation for a reason. We want things fast. We want things quick because we are used to the technology that, you know, that has been coming out during our generation. So
that instant gratification.
Exactly.
And instant gratification is truly only a thing, in my opinion, in cooking, because even when you have to let something go low and slow, it's still gonna be ready. Like, but everything else is no overnight. You have to put in the work, and you gotta wait. You gotta wait.
Yeah, I love that. I really love that. And it teaches you character. It teaches you patience. You know what I'm saying? And it teaches you that gratitude of, at least I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed enough to be able to just do it. So if you think about over the next 10 to 20 years, if you're putting $10 to $25 into your savings account, or into your IRA account, or into your Roth IRA account. I won't say 401k because I don't really like 401ks. You're gonna have to check out the Money Maker Mondays to figure out why. But if you are putting in this money, you gotta think about how much money you would have invested over 20 years if you're putting $10 to $25 per paycheck.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, like I said, I have Robbins Financial. That is my main bank account. But I also have the Lending Club. And their return, I want to say, I know it's at least 4%, but I want to say it's 4.5 annual percentage yield. And just to let y'all know what that means, it basically means that this is the percentage that you are going to get on your money in a year. So if I put $500 in my savings account, like I say, make sure you go watch Money Maker Mondays, the last one that came out, because I actually showed you like the first month that I put in $500, I got like 43 cents. But then that next month, I got like $1 and something. So, mind you, I know y'all thinking, oh, that's not much, that's not nothing. Popcorn generation, wait a minute, hold up, look at the bigger picture. Okay, yes. So I'm going to keep adding money to this, right?
Right.
So I'm going to end up getting a bigger yield off of this, right?
Right.
So over 20 years, that money is going to just keep doing this. Keep doing this.
It's going to keep stacking.
Exactly. So I suggest that you look at what your current bank annual percentage yield is, because I also have, like I said, my main savings is with Robbins, but the Lending Club is a high yield savings account. So that means that this is typically over like 3% throughout the year. And some banks, they give you money quarterly, like Robbins, the credit union, they give you money quarterly. So that's like every 4 months, every 3 months. Girl, this is tequila quarterly.
Quarterly, yes.
It's every 3 months, because quarterly, how I think about quarterly is 4 quarters make $1,
yeah,
right? So it's gonna have to come out 4 times. So that's every 3 months, because we have 12 months in a year, right?
Yeah.
So Robbins give you your yield quarterly, but the lending bank gives me a yield every month.
Every month.
Yeah.
So
they put money in every month.
So you know what? Speaking of one of those high yield banks, what I did was with Marcus. Marcus, you can look it up online. It's free.
What's it called?
It's called Marcus. But it's a Goldman Sachs company.
Okay.
And so anything I've ever heard about Goldman Sachs, I'm thinking about Wall Street and all this stuff like that. But I actually did that. I put $500 in.
Okay.
Yes, I did it. I did it for her. I put $500 in. And I didn't touch it. And I put it in last year around sometime. And I think it was at a 2.23% yield. And every month, like 1 month, it was like 80 cents. Then the next month, it was like $1.90 something cent. Then 1 month, it was like $2.24. I was like, what? Even though you like, girl, it's $2.
Like, this ain't nothing.
But still,
I can't even buy Happy Meal.
Like, but still, yeah.
It's something.
It's something.
Versus your money sitting. Okay, I want y'all to think about this. You have a bank account, right? You can put your money in this bank account and get $1 every 3 months, or you can get $1 every month. Okay?
Y'all, this tequila got me not.
Girl, I'm trying to tell you, this drink, this drink and this shot got us like loose as a goose. Like, we floating in here. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, what I was trying to do actually is open the sofrito jar. And sofrito, for y'all that are not experienced on Spanish, Hispanic cooking,
I use that.
Yes. Green peppers, cilantro, onions, garlic, olive oil. You can make this yourself, but for time purposes, use what you got. So what I did was just put a little olive oil in the bottom of the pan. Okay. And I got it to a nice little smokiness. I had my heat on like medium.
So you want the olive oil to smoke?
Yeah, for this particular thing.
That lets you know that it's hot in there.
And so I'm gonna add this. You're gonna hear a little sizzle.
Yes.
And I just want to get those seasonings going.
And so what are we making with this?
This is the base for the Spanish rice.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've already turned the tomatillos off. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is take a little bit of the cooking liquid to get that. You want all of this flavor.
Yes.
Oh, not me over here making a mess
already, so
yeah,
we good.
So I'm just gonna leave that there.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do with my sofrito, just get those flavors going. And then I've already rinsed off my rice.
I wish y'all could smell this.
Yeah, I rinsed off my rice, so I'm gonna put that in there. Okay.
And how much olive oil did you put in there?
I put about a tablespoon of olive oil in there. And then this is about a cup of uncooked rice. So this is gonna make about 2.5 cups of cooked rice. Okay. And so I'm just gonna mix this together and let the sofrito and the olive oil coat the rice. It'll start the cooking process. And so I like to live by the method of BTB, RTS, bring to boil, reduce to simmer. Ooh. Because I know a lot of people be letting rice kick their behind. So
yeah. I feel like rice and grits, it seems simple, but if you don't know how to cook, it's gonna take you out.
Yeah, it's one of them. If you know, you know. But if you don't, baby, we know you don't. So
Yes.
What I'm doing is just sauteing this and letting the sofrito infuse the rice granules. And I'm happy with that. It's all coated. So like I said, this is about a cup of uncooked rice. So your typical ratio of rice is a 2 to 1. 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of liquid. I'm just gonna eyeball this because I'm a chef. I know what I'm doing.
Factual Chef Chelle. Make sure y'all. Hey, all the links are in the description, so make sure you hit my girl up. And while we're at it, we are going to cut to a really quick commercial. Educators, do you need someone fun and motivational to get your students ready for testing? Then make sure you go ahead and book Mr. Billy Sparks. But don't take my word for it. Listen to these testimonials.
In Warner Robins, Georgia. Wow, what a powerful message he gave to our students.
Speaker to motivate, let them know you walk these halls, you've been in the same place, but you let them know no missed opportunity is what they need and what they need to do each and every day. Take advantage. Be ready. It's not where you start, but it's where you end.
Exactly. So make sure you head to iambillysparks.org and book your consult today. All right. And so what are we doing with this liquid?
So this is a reserve cooking liquid that I strained from the chicken. It has the salt and it has the sazon in it and the cilantro seasonings in it. I had about 4 cups reserved, but with the 1 cup of rice, I'm actually going to do a 1 to 1.5 ratio. So I added 1.5 cups, plus I still got this little bit. I want to get all that flavor out. And the reason why I'm going a little bit shy on the liquid, because I'm going to bring it up to a boil. And then
a lot of that's going to evaporate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that way at the end we can fluff the rice, because you don't want it sticky. It's going to be all nice and fluffy and everything like that.
Oh my God, I love it.
So I still have some of the reserved cooking liquid, depending on, because I did use chicken breast, and chicken breast can be dry.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be, but what I can do in the meantime, once I get ready to shred it up, if I need to rehydrate it, I can put it back in the cooking liquid, put it in there, roll it up, we'll be good. So yeah.
Now, see, my girl dropping gems too.
Another thing with the rice, even though I rinsed off as much starch, because I rinsed the rice until it went clear, but I just want to give it an initial stir.
Okay.
It's coming up to a boil, and I'm just going to bring it to a boil, and I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to stir it because I don't want to activate the rest of the starch that's in there. And I'm going to drop it down to a medium, let it go low and slow.
Yeah.
Bring it to a boil, reduce to simmer. It's going to, now you can cover it, you can not cover it.
But if you cover it, it's going to cook a little bit faster because all
yeah.
that heat is being reserved instead of getting out of the pot.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
girl, yes. I might not be a chef, but I'm a little, I got a little bit of scientific knowledge.
Yes. So now I'm going to let the tomatillos and the onions and garlic and serranos cool just a little bit. While they're cooling, I'm going to shred this chicken. I'm going to do it by hand. You could do it with a knife, just depending on. And so I could just tell from the texture, it is a little bit moist, but I wanted a little bit moister. So I'm after I shred it all, I'm just gonna just rehydrate it with a little bit of the cooking liquid, and then we're gonna get to rolling. We're gonna get this tomatillo going, and then with that salsa verde, and then we're gonna build these enchiladas.
I really can't wait because I know that this is gonna be like a flavor bomb. Like I know that when I bite it, it's gonna be like
I'm Mexican this week.
Oh please! Yes, y'all. If y'all can't tell, beatbox. Go ahead.
I just put mine over there because I still gotta cook.
She gotta cook. She can't buy other food.
Right. They be like, Chef Chelle, girl, you gonna cook? You gonna cook? Yeah.
Yes, and I probably need to slow down myself because I gotta get the conversation, and I will talk on this lick, okay? But like I was saying. So while she's shredding that chicken, I just want y'all to understand that I have. Oh,
give me a
she
little.
know me. For boiled chicken,
yeah,
that's flavorful. That has a lot of flavor.
Yes.
And what did you put in that?
Sazon, kosher salt, water, and cilantro.
And so
fresh cilantro.
When you use sazon, did you put it in the water or did you put it directly on the chicken?
I put it in the water since I was boiling because I wanted to infuse it all the way around. And like I said, I know I was going to use that reserve cooking liquid from my rice.
So you need it to flavor that
building
water.
And flavors.
Yeah. So I have the lending club, and their, like I said, their annual percentage yield is about 4 to 4.25%. They do give me a yield on my money every month. And so really the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because, like I said, with the popcorn generation, not only that, we are for giving ourselves and our children all the experiences that our parents weren't able to give us. And with that being said, I feel like we can't live beyond our means. It's like she just shredded all of this by hand, y'all. So
yes,
if you want to use a knife, you can, like she said, but it might be quicker to just pull it apart. And I feel like that's probably how you know you cooked it right too. If you could just shred it with your hands, then you probably good to go. But I feel like we're taking trips, we're buying clothes, we're looking good, but we don't have no life insurance, not for us, not for our kids. We don't have any savings accounts. We don't have any no assets, you know, and that is why we're in the negatives when it comes to our net worth. And so I'm like, you know, Facebook, I feel like social media got us in a chokehold. Like, we are just doing stuff to be like, hey, I went here. This is what I'm doing in my life. Like, hey, get like me. But really, you broke in real life. Right. You know, you're using Klarna. You're using the other, and there's nothing wrong with Klarna, honey. I got a Shein cart that I just paid with Klarna like yesterday, you know. But I do that so they can keep increasing my rate. Because with Klarna, you can, even if they don't have whatever like website or whatever company you're using, you can go and create a one-time card for it, even if it's not actually on Klarna, and you can just use that card and put it into Klarna and they'll still break it down into 4. And so also why I like using Klarna is because I get rewards. Like, you can get Starbucks, you can get Walmart, you can get Amazon. Like, they've added so many more rewards, and I'm like, hey, if I'm gonna be spending this money anyway, I might as well get a return on my money. You feel me? Like, I'm spending it, so I get something. I get something, right?
So let's check on our rice, and we're gonna check on our salsa.
Oh yeah.
It smells good. What did I do with that spoon?
I'm trying to tell you. And so these tomatillos started like really green, and now they're a deeper green, and I can see that this one is actually starting to peel. So would you know that they're ready, like, by the color?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, like you said, they started off with bright green, and then what I'm gonna do, actually I'm gonna do this on camera for y'all. Okay. With my got my little Ninja blender.
Oh, I love the Ninja. I got the same blender at home.
Yeah. I got this one, and I got the single cup one for the smoothies. Girl, I am not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm a product junkie. But yeah, as y'all can see,
that's why you need to go ahead and make your Amazon account, girl.
I know.
That tequila got me.
So as you can see, the colors are different. So I'm just gonna add all of this to the blender, and just because the tequila, I'm not gonna pour it in there because I am gonna use a reserve cooking liquid as well. Add everything straight into here. Let's see, I should be good to go now. Y'all, this is about to be so good.
So good. I'm so excited.
It smells good, and it's nothing.
Yeah. Oh man, I just know this is gonna be so freaking good. Cause I know when I go to, where do I be going? Oh, what is that freaking Mexican place? Moral of the story, I be getting like the salsa verde.
Yeah,
or
and
whatever.
this is exactly what this is.
Yeah, or salsa verde. Like, people be picking at me because I say salsa and not salsa.
That's
but like, I don't say that Spanish is my second language, but I've been studying Spanish since I was in elementary school, so it really should be my second language by now. But like, when I see a Spanish word, I automatically like pronounce it like
the way it should be.
Yeah.
So I just got about a cup of fresh cilantro. Gonna add that in there as well.
And just remember that we washed everything before this.
Yeah.
So don't come for us in the comments. Don't do that.
Now, I did not season this, so I got some kosher salt. I'm gonna eyeball it, but I'm gonna start off with about a teaspoon, not a tablespoon, a teaspoon.
Right. A teaspoon is 5. A tablespoon is 15. I know that from nursing.
And then she finna come for me for my fresh cracked pepper.
I don't be coming for her. I love it. I actually love it. It's so fancy because y'all know when you see this, you usually have to like turn it, but
we don't flick our wrist no more. We don't flick our wrist no more. I don't think we needed some AAA batteries, girl. So,
hey, I keep those on it.
yeah. So, and I put about the same amount of black pepper in there, and we're gonna blend this up. Yes. Over here on the Ninja. Good. This rice is coming along. I smell it. Let's see.
Oh man, that looks just like a Mexican restaurant. Okay, and clearly I don't have this one because this one have a timer on it. And so she actually blended this for like 20 seconds because it told me.
It's on her. The tequila's on her, but
right.
So this is the salsa. It's still some cilantro up in there, but it's okay. So we're gonna adjust this for seasoning, and it's okay that it's hot. Now you can save this and cool it, but because we're making with the enchiladas, I'm gonna leave it hot. And I think I brought, this is like my favorite spoon, but I brought it just for you. I'm gonna go ahead. It's just a Korean spoon, but I just want you to taste this. It's hot and see what seasonings it need, girl.
Oh yes. I'm excited.
And I'm gonna check on this rice one more time. Again, I know I said don't stir, so what I'm just doing is going down the center of the pan just to make sure it's not sticking to the bottom, but I'm not overly stirring it. Now I didn't add any lime juice in there yet because I wanted to get the flavors going. But so far, so good. Does it need some salt?
A little bit of salt. It's really good on well, because you actually have the peppers, so it's really good on that, but just a little bit of salt. Yeah.
A little bit of salt.
Yeah, that's good.
And then I'm gonna take this lime.
Yeah, that's gonna give it exactly what it needs. That bite.
Yeah, that freshness. Yeah. So remember, y'all, cut like a third of the lime, no seeds. Put that in there. You want to get that a stir for me? Yep, and then retaste it. Oh, it's okay.
You just gonna stir just a little bit.
Because I'm fine now, y'all.
So I'm fine. I had to come down. Okay, let's see where we at. If half of it don't end up on the day, I'm cutting it.
It's okay. That's it.
I think that's it.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna set this to the side. We're gonna take a little break, and I'm gonna get this stuff straightened up so y'all can see me build these enchiladas. Put them in there, and I'm gonna hit it with this verdes, queso. The rice should be done. We're gonna plate this up. We're gonna taste it because that's the most important part.
Yeah.
Eating it. Yeah.
That's really good. That's good. That pepper, girl. I love me a spice. And what kind of peppers are those?
Serrano peppers.
Serrano peppers.
Yes.
Yes, honey. Cinco de Mayo.
Yes.
Yes. So good.
So we just gonna cut. I don't really want to check on this rice.
Yes, and so like I was saying, y'all, so we are so into doing stuff for show. I feel like our generation, like it's our time, okay? Like our parents, our grandparents, they have phased out. Like we are making the economy what it's gonna be. Our generation, the millennials, okay? And so I'm heavy, especially like right now with all the banks crashing and all the stocks crashing. Like I say on my Money Maker Mondays, like this is the time for us to get rich. Like you see the stocks going down. So people are like, oh, I don't want to buy it because it keeps going down, blah, 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 blah. But do you go buy a car like when they're raising the prices and you're like, oh, it was at 22,000. Now it's at 25. Let me go buy it. No. You're going to go buy it while it's on sale, right?
Right.
And so I consider like the stocks and the ETFs and all that good stuff on sale. And so, yeah, definitely. And so I like dividend yielding stocks. And if you don't know what this is, like I said, please make sure that you go check out Money Maker Mondays that just dropped. And they give you a return the same way as high yield savings accounts. And so instead of, okay, well, I bought this stock at $15 and now it's $90, but then it might go back down to $60. So I gained money and then I lost money. With dividend yielding stocks, like when they hit their quarter and it's time to pay out to their stockholders, even if you don't have a whole stock, even if you have a percentage, you're going to get a percentage of that yield. So either way, you're going to get some kind of money. So just think about if your money is making money over here in your stocks, and your money is making you're making money over here in your savings, and then you're working, you're an entrepreneur, your business is making money, and you keep putting that money. Just think about where your money will be in 20 years.
Yeah.
And I think of 20 because my child is 2.
Yeah.
And so even by the time she gets 18, like she has a custodial account with Fidelity, and so I just put money in it. I don't touch it. So when she gets 18, you don't need to ask me for nothing.
Right.
Because you got your own money.
Right.
A lot of money.
A lot of money.
Don't ask me for nothing.
Right.
But that also means that I have to teach her financial literacy.
Right.
And I don't blame my parents for not teaching me, because a lot of us
we were taught what we knew.
Exactly.
Or
and
what
not
they
even
knew.
taught. We just seen what was going on, and nobody really taught us to begin with.
Yeah, because I know, of course, right when you turn 18, they start hitting you with all these credit cards and everything. My parents used to just throw them away, instead of saying, get it, don't go over 30%.
Yep.
But really within that 30%, you want to stay between 9 and 11%, pay it off and only use it for certain stuff. But don't pay it off immediately. You could pay 2 times in 1 month and it'll look like a double payment.
Right.
And you pay like say for instance, Monday I get gas, Saturday I'll pay it, and then I'll pay like half of that, and then 2 weeks before my actual due date, I'll pay the remaining balance. So it looks like I paid 2 dates. So
right.
then that's
and
why,
before you actually had to pay, so that looks good as well. Yeah.
And then so that's why 3 months down the line, they're like, "Oh, hey, we're gonna give you an increase in your credit limit."
My girl
I'm trying
knows
to tell you,
something.
I know a little bit of something.
Yeah, my
so.
girl owns something. Yes.
So real quick, y'all. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of corn tortillas, but I had to take stuff and make it work for me. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna roll the tortillas with the chicken, and I'm gonna just sear them just a little bit in the skillet with a little olive oil, just to get that crunch on them. And then I'm gonna put them in the casserole dish, hit them with a little verde and some queso, serve it up. So yeah, y'all, let me just get this skillet heating. The rice is almost done.
I'm so excited for this. This
Yes.
gonna be so good.
Get a
Y'all
little
know I'm
oil
gonna
in the
eat,
bottom of
right?
this pan.
Okay. All right, just make sure y'all know. But yes, so that was a very good point. Like, even with your credit card, let me tell y'all something. When I went to college and I got my first credit card, it was Capital One. Thank God. No, was it Capital One or was it?
It's usually
I think it was Bank of America. I worked in the mall. I worked at Great American Cookies. And when those pink, white, and gray, I don't know what number J's they are because I'm not really big on Jordans. But when they came out, that was the first thing I bought my credit card.
Really?
I think I maxed my credit card out in the first month. And so now I'm paying, okay? And one of the fastest, easiest ways to keep us broke is credit. It's credit, because you're not understanding that if you use it, okay, cool, but you need to be able to pay off. I say 20. I use 20 as a staple, but typically I pay off. I typically pay off my credit cards to at least 20% every month.
Right.
And so far that's been working. Like, I get an increase like every 3 or 4 months on my credit card. But if you're just paying $25, even on $500. That interest is gonna keep adding. So you're paying 25, but you're really paying like 10. So you're not going nowhere. You are in a constant cycle of, I didn't even spend this much, but I'm giving you way more money than I actually spent.
Can I interject? Pro
Yeah,
tip?
definitely.
So again, going back to loans, whenever you have extra money, and say for instance you have a loan and you want to pay extra, they're gonna apply it to the interest. When you have to physically tell them, verbally tell them, apply this to the principal. That's the base of your loan. Because if you lower that principal, then your interest is gonna be lower, and you're not paying on it as longer.
Exactly.
That's a pro tip. That's something I learned.
Definitely. Yep.
Oh, this one's ugly.
No, it's okay, because I bet it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep rolling. With it because it's gonna get covered up with the sauce. So only thing I'm doing, again, these are corn tortillas. You hear my oil over there sizzling. I'm gonna try and get like 6 of these done and get them into the oil. I just want to get a little sear on them.
Okay.
And then we're gonna put, like I said, we're gonna put it in the casserole dish. I got the oven on, and just get a little broil, get a little nice little color on them. If they don't stop breaking up,
It's okay.
It's okay. They're gonna break when we bite them.
I'm gonna eat them. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's a very good point that you made. You have to tell them to apply it to the principal. And so just to tie the loans and the credit cards up all into one, if you don't pay your stuff, and definitely like pay it down. If you could pay extra, then pay that. You're gonna be paying on this stuff forever because the interest is gonna keep compounding. I mean, like, especially like, let's say you wanted to go and buy a car, and I know somebody right now at my job that's paying $1,200 on a freaking, what is it, Scat Pat, Hellcat, whatever kind of cat, on a fucking kitten. And I know for a fact your check every 2 weeks, not even $2,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, your check every 2 weeks might be $1,500. So if you're paying $1,200 on this car, I know you got insurance. You know, and first of all, if your Hellcat is costing $1,200, I know your insurance through the roof, because not only is that a bigger liability because you got a fast car, don't let it be red or yellow or some kind of bright color, because they do actually go by the color of your car as well. But if your credit is bad enough for you to have a Hellcat for $1,200, I know your insurance is shit.
Yeah.
I know your insurance is shit.
Yeah.
So I know that you are paying at least almost $2,000 just on your car. How are you living? How are you living? And why are you living like that? Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to be 1,000% honest. I have a 2019 Ford Fiesta. At the time when I got it, it was new, but I was pregnant and I needed another car, blah, blah, blah. And I was just graduating as a nurse, so I wasn't really making that nurse money, but I was doing better than I was because I was still working at the hospital as a nurse extern. Do you think, even though they done sent me so many pre-approvals for new cars, you think I'm finna go get a new car?
No.
I actually want to pay that car off, so when it's time for Aaliyah to get some responsibilities or get a car or whatever, baby, this is gonna drive you back and forth.
Right.
Okay? And guess what? It's paid for.
That's what I said about my little Shellcat.
Yeah.
It's an Equinox.
Shellcat.
Okay. I drive it like it's a Hellcat.
Yeah, please. Okay, because that little car be on 2 wheels. Ask anybody. But yeah, like, I don't feel like I have to do things for show, because for one, I am very confident with my identity. I know what I make. I know what I do. I just don't feel like I have to prove anything to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I got in school, I didn't let people know. Even when I made all A's, I didn't let people know. Yeah. Because first of all, I mean, for what? The people that were in my life that were really that close to me, they knew. Because I text them and I let them know, oh, guess what? I made an A. But everybody else on my social media, you really just looking so you can judge. You know what I'm saying? And so therefore, you're making this persona of, oh my God, look at me, I'm doing it, blah, blah, blah. But then in reality, your bills behind, you don't make enough money to keep up with your bills. Yeah, you taking trips, but you're using payment plans. And first of all, it's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Because like I said about Klarna, I use Klarna as well. You can use it for a lot of things, but I use it so I make sure I get a return. If I know I'm going to buy it, you know, at least I'm getting something for it. So it's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I just wanted to say that. But y'all have to think about why you're doing it.
Yeah.
Why are you doing it, like, for real? You don't have to post everything on social media. You don't have to let everybody know your every single move. Sometimes it's really sincerely better to move in silence. Because let's say I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in school. I just started my nursing program, but I flunk out.
Yeah.
Then what? They're gonna be like, damn, I could have sworn she said she was in nursing school. Where her degree at?
Right.
Why she ain't no nurse?
Right.
Like, you're putting people in your business for absolutely no reason. You're giving people a reason to judge you for absolutely no reason. And the only people that you should be doing whatever you're doing for is you. And if you have kids, your spouse, moral of the story, your family. Okay. So we want to make sure that we are saving money for us, for our family, for our kids. Like, when I retire, I sincerely want to retire. Right. You know, like, as a nurse, I could pick up PRN jobs. I can work for a lawyer. I can work for a hospital. Like, I can work I mean, the nursing field is just so big. Like, I could do so many different things. I can go into case management. I don't have to be a bedside nurse. And I can work 1 to 2 days if I want to. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, I want to live off of my retirement money.
Right.
So I feel like now that we are in our 20s, knocking on 30s, baby. We knocking on that dirty 30 right now. Like, we in our prime time. And so I feel like that, you know, like the government, and hey, y'all, if y'all know me, y'all know I'm not necessarily a conspiracy theorist, but I believe in conspiracies. And conspiracy just means
with the government.
Yeah, no, because the conspiracy just means that something is done in secrecy. A conspiracy doesn't mean that it's not true. It doesn't mean it's not true. Now, a conspiracy theory means that, hey, maybe this is what's going on, this is what I believe is what's going on, and this is the evidence I have behind it. Right. But if it's conspiracy, it's just conspiracy. We just gonna call a duck a duck. You know what I'm saying? And so, with that bit, wait. I just want to pause. What's going on here?
So what I've done, I just lined the bottom of the dish with some of the verde salsa. I don't like the enchiladas real soggy, and then I just put a little bit across the top and some queso. Store-bought queso. I didn't have time to make queso. We'll pop this in the oven, let it broil, let that queso come to a nice little heat. Then we're gonna plate it up. The rice is done. We're gonna plate everything up, and we're gonna have another little sip while we waiting.
Yes, I'm so freaking excited. You know, I don't know. Like, even though I've only done 3 episodes, this might be my favorite. Because first of all, we're a little lit, we're a little loose as a goose, and it's Cinco de Mayo. Okay, so we got some good drink, and I actually made this one, and it's actually pretty and really good. Yes. So yeah, we're just gonna keep making progress. So while y'all are at it, make sure you like and subscribe, especially if you done got this far. Please make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. And like I said, if you want to follow Chef Chelle, if you want to follow me on other social media platforms, the links and the tags are below. And all right, so what we looking like with the food?
So we are almost ready. I have the enchiladas in the oven on the broiler. The Spanish rice is done. We're just letting that just hang out. What I did is cut up some garnish. I have some fresh limes, some Spanish onions, some serrano peppers, and I have some cilantro. I got my drink, and then we're just gonna wait and we're gonna plate it up. And
yes, I'm gonna let you know what's going on. Okay. Yeah. All right, and we are back, guys. I am going to taste this rice.
Yes. And we are almost done waiting on our tortillas to boil.
If I could just find a spoon. No, it's not in there. Might be over here.
Y'all, I promise y'all, it's not the tequila. It's definitely the tequila.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, I'm so excited because I know it's gonna be good.
It ain't crunchy, is it?
It's a little al dente.
Yeah, but you know what? I like my rice like that, like a little toothsome bite. I don't like it. I do not like mushy rice.
Yeah. I'd rather have it al dente than like overcooked.
So my dad, growing up, he would cook rice, and for the longest, it'd be like crunchy. So as I got older, when rice was like truly cooked, I'm like, this rice is overcooked. And I'm like, no, it's perfectly cooked. Daddy, you got me liking crunchy rice.
Right, like crunchy rice. Yeah. So, but I like mine al dente because I feel like, especially like when you leave it on, and let's say you got other people coming or you're not finishing, you gotta do other stuff. If it's not al dente, then it's gonna be overcooked by the time you actually done with everything. So
especially cooking on an electric stove. So with a gas stove, which is what I prefer, when you turn the heat off, it's done. But with the electric stove, the unit is still hot, so you have that residual cooking. The same thing like when you pull something out of the oven, it's gonna bump up another 15-20 degrees. So the only residual I like is money.
Please, okay. Yes. So I really just want y'all to take away.
Yes. So we like to pull this out.
Save your money, okay? Like, save your money. Put it up, and when you put it up, just remember that it's not to get rich in a year. It's not to get rich in 5 years. I say not even 10 years, but it's really whatever you prefer, but it needs to be at least 20 years, okay? Like I said, I have a Fidelity account.
Hot.
It is a custodial account for my daughter. I probably just started it in maybe February. But hey, she's 2, about to be 3. So by the time she get 18, that money is going to just
triple, quadruple.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, I'm 99.9% sure that the country is definitely going to a digital currency, USDC. If you don't know what it is, please go look it up. And to be a little bit more specific, it is a central bank digital currency, CBDC. Okay.
Yes.
So I would say definitely do your research. I am not a CPA. I'm not a tax accountant. I'm just letting you know what I do with my money. Because just to be quite frank, you know, I'm just going to, you know, flex a little bit. I do touch a lot of money. I do make a lot of money. And so after probably like my first year of making over 6 figures, I was just like, where's my money? You know what I'm saying? Like my savings account just wasn't big enough. And I was just like, where's my money? It's ridiculous. How in the world did I make 6 figures and I have absolutely nothing to show for it? Okay. Except for maintaining and always looking nice and all this other stuff. Okay. So I feel like that is the mindset that, especially as millennials, because we are building a foundation for the next generation and for our children, it is essential, it is imperative that we make our money count. Okay, so the takeaways from this video today is make sure you look into a high yield savings account. The next takeaway is make sure you have an emergency fund. Typically I say that this fund needs to be about 3 months, but for the sake of at least getting started, I would say at least have 1 month of your bills set up and put up, and then start to invest in stocks, and then start to invest in ETFs, and then start to put money in the savings account. And one thing that we didn't really discuss thoroughly here is I say make sure you have life insurance for yourself and for your children. We are not psychics. We don't know what is going to happen. Unfortunately, sometimes our children depart this world before we do, but you don't want to be making a GoFundMe, okay?
And a fish fry.
Exactly.
But if you
depending on other people,
I'll fry the fish if you do.
so hit up Chef Chelle if you need a fish fry, okay? Because it's gonna be good, and I promise you, they're gonna be telling other people, and they gonna come, and you gonna make that money. All right?
Girl, we can't wait for so and so to die.
Exactly. Yes.
I'm clowning y'all. This is serious though. This is
No,
gym.
seriously,
Definitely.
but no, seriously, hit my girl up if you need a fish fry. But yeah, like I'm really just here to put our generation on to really just change the narrative, okay guys? And I think that this is something that is really serious as this plate look right now. Yeah, we're gonna get it on that
Y'all, look at this.
Ooh.
We got the Spanish rice, we got the enchiladas verdes con pollo, we got some serrano peppers, we got some queso, some fresh Spanish onions, some salsa verde, maybe we got some fresh tomatillos, and we got some tequila.
Yes. Ooh, y'all, this is about, matter of fact, I'm just gonna
Look, go ahead. I need you to go ahead.
B-Box, hey, I'm here. Black Business Girl, we in here. Chef Chelle, we in here, okay?
Yes.
So
we're open to sponsorships.
Most definitely, okay?
Let me get you a fork. I gotta get you a fork.
Please, honey, because if you don't know me, I will eat it with my hand. Trying to see.
Y'all, this is about to be the test of time.
And I'm gonna put a little bit more of this. Yes. This about to be good. I already know.
And we're gonna say grace.
Oh, yes. I'm gonna hit the top of the brown. And,
Grace.
And Lord, we thank you. Amen. Yes. I hit the top of the brown on y'all.
Gracias.
Ooh, gracias. Muy delicioso. Ahora. Yes, Lord. Okay, I'm taking.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah. Got to squeeze a little bit of the fresh lime juice.
Okay, I will. Let me get this bite. Let me get this bite.
Arriba, arriba. Cha, 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 cha.
Hey. gonna tell y'all something. I already knew this was gonna be as good as it's tasting right now.
She didn't even want to know
I didn't
what
wanna
was on
know.
the menu. She's like, surprise me.
Yes, because I knew it was gonna be busting.
Yes.
Girl. And I don't care what you say. If it's some Mexican food, you need some cilantro.
You need some cilantro.
You gotta have cilantro.
You gotta have a little cilantro. I have a love-hate relationship with cilantro. I just don't like the smell of it on my hands.
Really?
I love, in my fresh pico, if you check out, it's Chef Chelle on YouTube, and that's IT''S, Chef Chelle. You'll see this face. I have a guacamole and a pico de gallo recipe on there to die for. Real simple. I ate on that for like 2 days. Not gonna lie to y'all. It's like crack.
Like this crack.
Yeah.
And I love peppers, and this serrano is burning my mouth right now, but it's like I love it.
Yeah, like, She ain't put the plate down, y'all. It must be good. I love it. My favorite thing, and it might be weird, I love to watch people eat my food. Like, and I'm all for any type of feedback, but I love to watch people eat my food because,
girl,
that's my love language. This is how I just told her I love her in like
she
what,
clearly
40
loves
minutes.
me.
Yes.
You good, y'all. Where can they find you at again?
Instagram, chef_Chelle. My phone number is on those social media platforms. I'm also on Facebook as Shakelia Nachelle Stubbs. And I also have Create Catering LLC, which is linked to that page because I also do desserts as well. You can find me on those.
Fire.
And then of course you can find me on A Cup with CoCa and youtube.com/it's Chef Chelle. Yeah. So go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. It's free 99.
Happy Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de
Thank you
Mayo.
guys.
Y'all.
And thank you for having me again.
Most definitely. Cheers. Y'all. Make sure you like and subscribe. And we will be back for our next episode of A Cup with CoCa.
Yes.
Thank y'all for tuning in. CoCa K out.